Last year, I made a video that explored why the modern Sims franchise is no longer fun, and apparently a lot of you agreed with my points. Since then, EA has done the impossible. No, they haven't improved The Sims 4, but they actually released The Sims 2, often considered the best of the series, with all its expansions on Steam for just $40. While this game is far more quirky and challenging than its modern counterpart, what could we do to make it seem like a brand new game that is full of fun and difficulty? Sure, you could download mods, but navigating the mod scene for a 20-year-old game is like delving into ancient ruins trying to find gold amidst a bunch of junk. And if you screw up, your computer gets dozens of viruses. How do you navigate the thousands of mods from old forum posts and broken websites to find exactly which ones will make The Sims 2 experience amazing? Can't someone come along and go through all these mods to find the ones that are the best? That's actually what we're doing for this video. That's my hook. Anyway, so let's see what mods will make this game better, how to find them, and why they are crucial for the ultimate Sims experience. First though, let's remember why we're here. The ethos of my other Sims video was this: The Sims 4 is boring because it's insanely easy. The crux of any game is overcoming challenges and navigating difficult situations to reach your goal. Dealing with unexpected twists and turns on your way to completion is ultimately what makes the game fun. But The Sims 4 makes everything easy. You can get rich, marry hot Sims, and find success inside of a matter of minutes, whereas with the old game, this was highly difficult. However, if you're like me and you put thousands of hours into The Sims 1 and 2 instead of making friends in middle school, it becomes far too easy. So let's see what mods we can download to actually make The Sims seem fresh and challenging once more. The Sims 2 runs worse than a pregnant elephant on clonazepam. It's a horribly made piece of garbage that could barely run on the hardware of the time. And only now, over 20 years after its release with modern day supercomputers, can we play this game at a stable 20 FPS. Unfortunately, there are still a lot of issues with this game, regardless of how many cool LEDs you have on your computer fans. The first mods we're going to get are going to fix the stupid things that EA should have fixed in the 20 years since this game was released. Most of this stuff can be found in large mods like FFS Director's Cut or the unofficial AL patch, but one fantastic mod to also pick up is Hood Checker. Hood Checker. Isn't that what I do when I drive through a bad part of town and lock my doors? Basically, this lets you check what is slowing your game down, and you can manipulate the game so that bloated elements are eliminated. Normally, a game does this automatically by emptying its cache, which is like one of the most basic things you do when building a game, but EA kind of forgot to program that in. So yeah. Once you have these three mods in place, the game should run as well as it can. But let's be honest, while this is the best Sims game, EA did add some good things to the formula since its release. Let's look at some quality of life features it's missing that we could add to make this 20-year-old game feel a bit fresher. To say EA's direction with The Sims is all bad would be wrong. So let's just say their direction is mostly bad. I'm looking at you, lack of a color wheel in The Sims 4. Why would you even take that out? Maybe the biggest improvement you can make to your Sims 2 experience is to download the story progression mod. Starting in The Sims 3, you can make it so non-playable Sims age, get married, have kids, get new jobs, and basically live lives completely separate from what you, the player, control. This feature really makes the world feel so much more alive and allows for a higher level of immersion and realism, but sadly it's absent from The Sims 2. Luckily, this feature can be modded into the game quite easily, and it allows for a whole lot more fun. Also, if you like the UI of the new Sims games, check out the Clean UI mod to make the experience much sleeker. Okay, great, we took the only good elements from The Sims 4 and put it into this game. Let's forget that horrible bloated mess forevermore and add a few more minor quality of life mods. In The Sims 2, if a Sim goes to a community lot at noon and stays there until midnight, then returns home, it will still be noon on the home lot. That's really stupid. Get community time to fix this. Gussy Up and Sims Manipulator allow you to easily change the appearance of your Sims or other Sims without a lot of hassle, while Buyable Electronics allows your Sims to buy cell phones from buy mode rather than going to a public lot you'll never visit because because 99% of this game can be played comfortably at the home lot. Last but not least, pick up the hobby limiter by age mod. Basically, this means your baby can't appreciate Picasso or fine dining at the age of 3 days old. Hobbies can only be maximized as a sim progresses to old age. Now that we've gotten fixes and quality of life mods out of the way, let's get to what you're really here for. The difficulty mods that will make this game a horrendous nightmare just like life in 2025. In life, you can only be good at a few things. I make decent videos, I'm pretty good at playing video games, and I make some mean nachos. That's about it. But in The Sims, these virtual people can excel at anything and everything. Let's fix that by downloading the slower skill gain mod so it's a bit more difficult to maximize those skills. Sims are also able to look exactly how they want way too easily. I've had the proportions of a human-sized Q-tip for years, and only with months of daily exercise and nutritional monitoring could I look like a slightly muscular Q-tip. In The Sims 2, a fat slob can become a fit Chad in like 2 days, so let's slow down fitness changes with a slower fitness gain mod. In The Sims, you can do literally anything without an education. While education isn't a barrier for everything in real life, there's no way Sims should be able to get to the top branch of most careers while only getting C's in high school, unless they're douchebag losers that fail upwards for 30 years. With the education is good mod, yes, that's the actual way it's spelled, I love it, Sims are barred from the top career positions unless they get a relevant degree. Speaking of education, let's talk about being broke. Life is hard and you don't get any free passes, so why do Sims start out with 20,000 simoleons? What is this, communism? Get rid of that with the no 20k start mod. Between 1725 and 1765, Valentina Vasilieva had 69 children.
Nice.
But in The Sims, you can't simulate the hell on earth experience of having a household with 71 people in 18th century Russia. Well, now with bigger families, you can. Granted, simulating a few dozen Sims in a household is the quickest way to cook your GPU. I'm a 4 who married a solid 7. I topped out and she settled. But in The Sims, my ugly looking ass can land any supermodel. With the romantic standards mod, Sims will not magically fall in love with everyone regardless of their interests or looks. Instead, they have to share common interests or have an attraction to physical features, just like in real life. In the early 2000s, when The Sims 2 came out, it was pretty easy to amass a lot of money, live in a nice house, and generally have an easy life. But through great effort and numerous trials, we've given all that up in order to give billionaires tax breaks and pay for wars that nobody cares about. With the lower salaries and customized bills mods, we can experience life in 2025 with crushing debt and jobs that don't pay enough. Last but not least, what is a life simulator without the threat of death? More dangerous fires means when your sim accidentally starts an oven fire, your entire house and all your possessions can burn down, just like Will Wright before he made this game. You can also get the disease mod for more deadly diseases, and for the most morbid of players, you can get the death by childbirth mod, which gives your lady sims a chance of dying when they pop out one of the 69 children you want. Now that we've made this virtual world as deadly and difficult as the real world, let's add a few more mods to the formula just to keep things fresh. Let's look at some new content for this very old game. There are a lot of new content mods you can add to The Sims 2, but I've chosen only 3 to feature here as a good starting point. I've kept my choices limited because a lot of these mods make the game significantly easier, and I wanted to only feature additions that keep the game difficult but make it more interesting. First off, with the More Lifestyles mod, you get access to 50 more lifestyles, meaning you can greatly customize the interests and goals of your Sims. For returning players, this is a fantastic way to reinvigorate this old game. While we are making romance more difficult, the ACR mod makes it so Sims can have casual romance as well. Sometimes in life you want to get married to the person of your dreams. Other times you want to be a total whore and anything with a pulse. In The Sims 2, you can't successfully engage in romance without a lot of relationship building, but this mod fixes that, so sometimes your Sims can just get out there and have fun flings. Last but not least, we have new genie wishes. Generally, the genie isn't something I play with, as it kind of feels like cheating and it makes the game a whole lot easier, but sometimes it's fun to see what happens with this odd character. With more wishes, there are more ways than ever to either help or hurt your Sims, and that does keep things interesting. So after searching through literally hundreds of mods, these are the top 28 that I think can really make the game more difficult and enjoyable for veterans of the series. I've compiled all of these mods into a Google Sheet so you can easily see each mod, find where to download it, and implement it into your game. Remember, in The Sims, the journey to wealth and excellence is far more enticing than the destination, so slowing down everything that gives you a leg up will make this game far more enjoyable. We've also hopefully made things a bit more unpredictable about the game, so the stories you are trying to tell will go sideways more often than not. The only word of caution I have is that getting all of these mods to work together can be a bit of a challenge. Depending on your PC's capabilities, it may not be feasible to have all of these mods running at once. And even if you have a top-of-the-line rig, there are some that don't play nicely with others. But hopefully, by identifying the best mods available, it will make your journey from boring vanilla Sims to deadly, difficult, and hilarious Sims that much easier. I've linked my mod list below, but if you have mods that make The Sims 2 more fun and more difficult, go ahead and let me know in the comments. I should have a new video in about a month, and as always, a like and a subscribe go a very long way for the channel. Thanks guys, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.